Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stanislav, and I'm a software engineer with more than 15 years of experience, but I never recorded YouTube videos. So, this is an experiment for me. I hope you're gonna like it. And I'm recently started to notice that a lot of people are trying to build their own software now. I'm a subscriber to a bunch of Reddit channels where people posting their own new applications, and a lot of times those applications are something basic like note-taking tools or habit trackers or task trackers. And I really like this tendency because I think that software that you build for yourself is going to be much better than the software off the shelf, because when you develop a software for a group of people, you have to make it tailored to the compound desires of a group. And when you are building software for yourself, you can go crazy. You can build it much more tailored to your desires and your experiences. Um, but I also see that a lot of people are like underestimate the amount of decisions they need to make when they start to work on, for example, note-taking tool. And in today's video, I'm going to go over some of those high level decisions. Maybe it's going to be a series of videos. I'm not sure right now. So we'll see how it goes. And let's get going. Very first thing you need to decide when you start working on a note-taking app or a task tracker is to decide whether you're working on a tool for just yourself or for a group of people. And what is your target audience? Is the target audience just yourself? Is the target audience your family and friends? Or is the target audience our businesses or more like tech savvy users that can afford um, setting up the system in some more complicated way and interacting with the system is like in a more complicated way? So the easiest way to go about, for example, a note-taking tool is to just represent a note as a simple text file. So let's imagine that your note is saved in, for example, a Markdown document. If you don't know what Markdown is a format that allows you to have some basic formatting inside your text. For example, if you want to make text bold, you can enclose this text in stars, and your editor is going to render it as bold. So let's imagine that you have your Markdown file. And a lot of tools are actually like very happy with this format. You can have text, you can have basic things like headers, um, basic formatting, even tasks inside in certain Markdown variations. But this format doesn't let you store media. For example, if you want to add images or if you want to add videos to your notes, you're out of luck, and those this media has to go into separate files. So usually what you find is that you have this markdown file, which is the core of your note, and you also have some other files somewhere in the same folder. For example, like my cat video.mp4 or whatever you have, and like you can have multiple of files in the same folder, and like your actual node is represented not just a file but as a folder on the file system that combines all of those things together. So this model can work well enough when you're building a note tracking tool for yourself and you're actually happy with just having some files and folders on the file system which your application can access, process, and maybe like combine multiple folders into a list of notes. And you can just build this pretty easily with like modern AI tools. This model has some very good advantages. For example, it doesn't require you to have any backend infrastructure because all of the content of all of your notes, all of your files, they are physically on your own machine. So this is secure as your machine is, because we're not transferring files anywhere. But this kind of imposes a problem if you actually want to collaborate with other people, if you want to share your notes. For example, if you're making a note-taking tool for your family or for your friends and you want to share things. And this is where this format is kind of finds its limitations, because to share this information with someone, you have to find a way to have a copy of the same structure on someone else's machine, and usually make this copy, like, it's not a very trivial thing to do, because all of those things, like all of those nodes, have to be transferred somewhere. So you need some sort of file storage, or you need like a syncing mechanism to replicate this structure on the machine with the user you wanna collaborate with. And even if you manage to create this syncing mechanism, you actually have a problem now, because this mechanism have to go both ways. Because user you share the node with might want to modify its content. They might want to change some text in the markdown document. They might want to add new files. They may want to completely remove the node. And this is something you need to keep in mind. In the next video, we're gonna find and like take a look at some solutions to this particular problem. And for today's video, please let me know if this format is interesting for you. If you want to see what's coming next, please leave a comment and let me know. I would really appreciate, because I'm just starting and I really want to see how many users, how many of you are gonna find this content interesting. Thank you so much, and see you next time.